Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent, and yesterday was a good day. We went 2-1. The best bet for the show was a winner. That was the hockey play. The Kings over 6.5 goals. Winner. The one loser we had was the Magic and the Hawks under 231.5. It's a little bit too many fouls called in that game for us to stay under the total, but we did get over on the 4% best bet, which was over 243 between the Bucks and the Pacers. So nice profitable day. We'll try to keep it going and do it again here today, and we have a lot more to choose from. So um, plenty of options. I've made a few wagers, but I'm looking forward to talking them out with the chat. And speaking of the chat, we have Christopher Chapman in here. Says he cashed last night on the Pacers first quarter. Nice work. And Isaac, he's ready to talk about it. Says the Lakers did us dirty on Wednesday, but he has a feeling they get it tonight. Why on earth are they plus 3.5? They should be plus 8.5 or something up there. So let's talk about it. We have, I think it was about 9 games, something like that, on the slate for today. So we will waste no time and we'll go in rotation order 505, 506. This game opened Sixers minus 7.5. Now a 9-point favorite, even a 9.5 popping up. Total open 221. And we're looking at a consensus of 224.5. So some love coming in for the over. Injury report. And bear with me. Let me hit the refresh button here. So for Philly, I see Batum on there. He's game time decision, but he's more like probable. He's likely to play. For Detroit, they will be without Bogdanovich, Alec Burks, Joe Harris, Jaden Ivey, Livers, Monte Morris, all out for Detroit. And a lot of those guys have been out anyway. So I feel like they're used to and comfortable playing without them. This one is a little bit of a tough game for me just because I do like what I've seen from Philadelphia. But I also feel like Detroit is one of those competitive teams who won't give up, and it's not going to get, not going to lose by margin. They're going to lose by margin less than more this year. So if you take them on these big point spreads, I think you'll make money. And we did just cash with them the other day. Um, if I was playing Detroit in this game, I think I would prefer the first half, just because the Sixers have been a really strong second half team. And just hope that they can keep it competitive for 24 minutes, get in and get out, I think, for the Detroit side. As far as the total is concerned, I agree with the movement. Both teams were they like 12th and 14th in pace, but both really good shooting teams. Top 10 three-point percentage so far this season. And I would just bank on, like, I don't think the Sixers care too much to really put that much of a defensive effort for this particular game. So I think it'll be a little bit more up tempo than usual for these teams. I'm expecting a good shooting night. So lean over, leading Detroit first half. Didn't get involved just yet. If I'm looking at props, I don't think it's too much resistance for Tyrese Maxey here. I think this is where you can get his point prop over. And then on the flip side, I like what I've seen from Cade. I wouldn't be mad at going back to Cade, but not going to do the prop in this game. I do have one prop that I love for the day. It is not in Sixers and Pistons. Let's take a look at the chat. What's going on, my guy Hank? Appreciate you, Demoski. It's a good call on the hockey game. He owes me a cup of coffee. Appreciate you, bro. Just hit the like button for me, please. If you I made you a little bit of money. Let's see. What up, Munaf? What up, SK? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Anthony says he's skipping. Oh, he says it was easy money last night. I gotta catch up on the chat. I'm behind. There we go, saturated. He says, do I like Asar rebounds? You have to tell me a number. I didn't really look at the numbers for him on his prop. But the Sixers are a top 5 rebounding team. So it's tough for me to get there with the rebounding prop in this game. Cade assist, I'm not mad at. Cade points probably too. Bear with me 1 second here. Casey trying to get me right. I don't know. I did just wake up, so bear with me. All right, let's keep it moving. This is not the game I wanted to make money with, really. Tyreek says any look at possibility for the Timberwolves. We'll talk about it when we get to that game. And EQ says I saw our line was at 7.5. I mean, I have been kind of salty on him because the one time we bet him, he didn't cash, and he was cashing way before that. So I kind of shied off for the player props. He's not one that I'm looking at for today. But if you guys like him, I don't want to talk you off. Next game up, let's go to a game we just saw the other day, right? 507, 508. Charlotte and Washington opened 241.5. We're looking at 240, even 239.5. It opened -2 for the Wizards in this game, and they are now a 2.5 point favorite. Injury report. Nobody on there for Washington. For the Hornets, it looks like Hayward, game time decision. Trying to see if he's more towards likely or true questionable. He's likely to play. Book Knight, Bridges, Martin, Ntilikina, and Rozier all out for this Hornets team. I kind of mentioned no Rozier might stop the Hornets points a little bit in that last one. They still were able to get up and over the total. At the end of the day, these are two teams that are going to play up tempo. Both top five in pace on the season, and both bottom five defensive rated teams, both bottom five defending the three. And I just really see it being exactly like the last game. So it's very hard for me to talk anybody off and over. As far as the side is concerned, I really don't want to lay with the Wizards. I don't think they're worth uh, the kind of a team that you lay with because, I mean, they're not going to get any shots. It's not like Charlotte is great defensively, but I prefer getting plus the points. If we just look at numbers wise, Charlotte has been the better offense, defense, and rebounding team so far this season, with the Wizards being dead last. But they should improve with Gaffer getting back in the lineup. So lean towards the over, lean Hornets in this game. Don't think this is one I want to make money with. But let's see if the chat can talk me on something else here. Timothy, he's like in Washington. They're -2. They're not +2. What up, Ricky Bobby, Keith Green? Appreciate y'all coming through. Ricky Bobby also reminding everybody if you guys like the show, hit the like button for me. It does help me out quite a bit. And appreciate you with the reminder, Ricky Bobby. SK coming with the prop. Pull over 19.5 points. Back at the crib. Top pace coming off a bad shooting night. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm not mad at that because there's not a whole lot of defense on the other side for him. I think he can definitely have a good night. Saturated says LaMelo on a heater. EQ is agreeing with the over here, 239.5. Chris says last season Hornets were money in the first quarters. Are they still first quarter money? I didn't look specifically into the first quarter for this game. When I'm watching them, I didn't necessarily notice that lately. So sorry, I can't answer that question. What up, Don Play? All right, so I think that's enough for this game. That's not one I really want to make money with. But this next game is. So let's get to that one. We'll go 509, 510. Brooklyn and Boston. This game opened Celtics -10.5. Now 11.5. Pretty much across the board. Total open 226. And we're looking at 227. Injury report. We know Cam Thomas will be out for this Brooklyn Nets team. Ben Simmons also out and Claxton out. This will be a matchup where I'm looking for rebound props, I think, against the Nets. Not quite sure who I would choose, whether you go with Tatum or Porzingis. I don't know. I know Al Horford will be out, so maybe they expect Porzingis to play a little bit more in this game. But somebody should be worth the rebound prop in this game. Other than that, I talk a lot about how good Boston is in the first quarter. I think their first quarter margin is like 7+7.3, and the Nets are around +1, somewhere around there. So um, a combination of that. I mean, they clearly are the better team, the better starting five, and you're missing three key pieces for this Brooklyn Nets team. So I just think we get in and we get out because the Celtics also play again tomorrow. Um, I'm not sure that they'll care to give that effort for the entire 48 minutes, but I think they care, to win this game. And I think that starts with starting the game strong, especially off back-to-back losses. So that's my thought process here. And I'll rock with them. I bet them in the first quarter minus 3.5. Let me see what they are looking like in the first quarter now. If it's moved, because the line has moved a little bit. So let's see. Boston first quarter. You can still get a 3.5 at both Bookmaker and Circa, but it's fours at a lot of other shops. Four is fine. I mean, I need four to win anyway. I think they can be winning by more than that. I think they come out really strong in this first quarter for this game. So that's my favorite bet as far as this game is concerned. If I was playing the total, I, um, I lean a little bit more towards the under. My thought process is Boston off back-to-back losses. They probably come with a really strong defensive effort, and if they get up by a big margin, they could sit a lot of these, star players, big time scorers, and save some of that energy for tomorrow. That's just my thought process, and it should be a little easier to play defense without Cam Thomas out there. And I, for a full game under, I mean, I don't like Ben Simmons out on the Nets side, and the Nets aren't that great of a defensive team. So I think maybe the better bet would be Nets team total under because I'm expecting the Celtics to play defense. So let's take a look here. Boston team total. Brooklyn team total. It opened 107.5. We're still looking at 107.5. I think this is one where I'll look a little bit more into it, but I'm really interested in Nets team total under 107.5. But I did get to the window with Celtics first quarter. Let's see what the chat is like in a little bit here. I think said the total getting hit hard. Cedric switched from viewing on Twitter just so he can smash the like button. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Much appreciated. That's love. And he said he thinks the Pistons or Nets win outright. Tatum, Hank asking for an opinion on Tatum points plus rebounds. I like that prop because I think there's a lot of rebounds to be had for that net side. I would just hope if the Celtics are winning by double digits that, they don't sit Tatum down early and he misses, because of it. But I think it's a good matchup for Tatum. Absolutely. Let's see. Under team total. Keith is agreeing with that. Edgar is asking about Jalen Brown over 21.5 points. I don't think the Nets defense is really good. So whichever, whether it's Tatum or Brown, you want to take, I think I can get there with that as far as point prop is concerned, or I can endorse that. Like I'm not mad at those props. Benny Smith, I don't really have a reason to like his over 10.5. You'd have to tell me why you like it. So I think we did enough on this Boston game. I am playing the first quarter, and I may get there at the end of the day with the team total under for the Nets. Let's keep going down the list. I think we're moving at a good pace here. Next game up, we have 5-11, 5-12. Minnesota Timberwolves heading into San Antonio to take on the Spurs. Opened up minus 5.5 for Minnesota. They are now 6.5, even a 7-point favorite. The shot I'm seeing now. Total open 226, and we're looking at 225.5. Injury report. Let's move over here. For Minnesota, McLaughlin is out. Clark is out. Spurs, nobody on the injury report over there. Looks like Vassell's good to go right off the jump. He did play in that last game anyway, so everybody good to go in this matchup. This one, I don't know. This one feels a little bit trappy, just because Timberwolves have been pretty good, and when they win, they've been winning by margin. Like they've been dominating teams with their defense. But they haven't covered either road game. So are they going to be a team that's extremely dominant at home and you fade them on the road? It's still to be determined. But that's what I'm seeing so far from them. When I just look at it in general, I mean they've been the better offensive team than the Spurs. They're the number one defensive rated team going up against the Spurs, who are the worst defensive rated team. So like I feel like the spread should be a lot more than what it opened at and what we see right now. So because it's not, it just makes me feel like this is kind of trappy. I think everybody's gonna bet the Timberwolves today. Like I could, from a contrarian angle, I feel like the Spurs are that contrarian play for today. Them being fully healthy, having Vassell back, having everybody in there. Something about this game, like sometimes I just have that feeling, and this game just doesn't feel right. So I'm not getting there with the Timberwolves. I was initially thinking the Spurs team total under. I'm feeling it's one of those trappy type games, and if I feel like the Spurs can hang, it's not going to be because they're playing defense. It'll be because they're scoring. So maybe the Timberwolves overlook this one, and Spurs get the job done. I will not be on this game. That's just I'm thinking these games out loud. Um, just trying to find some kind of angle to bet it, but I don't want to make a bet where I have this kind of a feeling. Let's take a look, see if the chat can help me out. They can get me to the window. If it's going with the Celtics team total over and Tatum over 9.5 rebounds on that last game. Saturated likes the Wolves by double digits. Timothy, Ant-Man PRA. I can see that happening. And says this would be minus 10 if played in Minnesota. Um, I would think it would be like that, yes. I think so. Absolutely. Saturated says Gobert over 40 rebounds. Yeah, it should be some rebounds available. I mean, Spurs are a bottom five rebounding team so far this year, and it's a lot of size on that Timberwolves team. So not mad at a rebound prop for him. Kaysen probably thinking that same way, thinking they keep Wemby off the boards. He likes under 8.5 for him. And Chris says Spurs money line in this one. Says they don't even need any points. So ultimately, not a game I think I'll be betting, but just be careful in this one. Seems a little bit fishy. My guy Tachi's coming in here with some trends. He always has some good ones. Here we go. Since 2010, road faves of more than six off four straight home wins. They are 26, 11, and 3 to the under. That would be about 70.3%. And he's letting us know that this is also active in that Sixers game. That's interesting. So when they're four straight home wins and they're hitting the road, that's an interesting trend right there. I appreciate you sharing. Oceano the Great says he's also on amp points over 27.5. That trend is making me think here. The under. I was already thinking the under. Timberwolves playing at a slow pace. This one is tough. Maybe I'll think about it because I don't want to force a bet, but I really just wanted reasons to bet the under, and here he is giving me one. So I'm thinking about that a little bit more today. Appreciate you sharing that information, and maybe I'll get there at some point. Let's keep going. Next game up, we have 5-13, 5-14 Utah Jazz versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Opened up Grizzlies minus 4.5, still 4.5 out there. Total open 231, and we're seeing 229.5. As far as the injury report, and let me hit the refresh because I know some of these are probably coming out by now. For Utah, Kessler's out. I believe he's out for like 2 weeks. For Memphis, Conchar, Williams, Arabia, all game time decision. Clark out, Moran out, Rose out, Tillman out, Adams, of course, done. This is gonna be a real quick one for me. I what the hell are the Grizzlies doing laying points like this? That's just how I feel. Like, I don't care that Kessler's out. What makes you think the Grizzlies are worth laying anything versus anybody? That's really how I feel. Their offense is absolute garbage. They don't really have like I don't have a whole lot. I don't want to sit here and trash the Grizzlies, but I don't have a whole lot of good things to say about them. That's all I'll say. This Utah team, I always say it's a lot of people who kind of forgotten about and have some things to play for over there. Maybe like last chance type players. So I don't know. I like Utah. They're definitely the better offense. They've been the better rebounding team, although they're missing Kessler tonight. And if they can just clean up a little bit of the defense, I think they can definitely stay in this game. So lean them plus 4.5. This total, I have conflicting thoughts just because Both teams are playing up tempo, top 10 in pace so far this year. And Utah's defense is bad. Grizzlies don't defend the three, but it's just, do we really want to trust the offense? So I think the pace will be there. I guess I'll lean over, but I just can't get to the window there, and I would only take the Jazz. Let's take a look at the chat. A little backwards here, but says if you like Spurs, it's over. I agree with that. And Casey says Spurs full game under, Spurs team total under, because Spurs can't stop a nosebleed. Many might miss and score. I agree. If I'm doing the under, it'll be Spurs team total. And one Jaw 77 says, "What a dooski, get them likes up." Yeah, if you guys like the show, appreciate what I'm doing. If I'm helping you make some money, hit the like button for me. That does help me out a lot. EQ says it's just Jaren Jackson Jr. over there in Memphis. Timothy says, "Stop. Utah +4. Memphis sucks." I agree, 100%. That's how I feel. SK like Smart over 1.5 steals. Jaren Jackson Jr. over 1.5 blocks. It's 135. A couple good defensive players over there. Um, so I'm not mad at that. So won't spend too much time on this game. Don't think this is one you make too much money with. We'll keep going down the list. There is one other game that I played already, and two other games that I played already. Out of the four we have left, and we'll see if we can talk something out on the other two. Next game up, we have 5-15, 5-16 Pelicans going into Houston to take on the Rockets and open Rockets -2. We see them as 1.5 point favorite right now. Total open 218, and it's as high as 220. Injury report for the Rockets looks like Şengün is game time decision. Uh, Oladipo, Thompson both out. For the Pelicans, Herb Jones is questionable. Alvarado, Najee Marshall, CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy, all out. Looks like Zion is back for this game. Um, it's not a whole lot to like. Well, I don't like Zion in and out of the lineup for one. I don't like them missing their starting point guard and CJ McCollum, even though it's been a couple games now. And I don't like the fact that we don't know that Herb Jones is going to be out there. It's not, in my mind, it's not a whole lot to like from this Pelicans team at the moment as far as chemistry and all those things are concerned. All the categories I care about, they're bottom 10 right now: offensive rating, defensive rating, rebound percentage. The Rockets, Ime Udoka has those guys over there buying in and playing well on the offensive end and defensive end. And that's surprising when I look at the roster. I don't expect this team to be good defensively, but just numbers wise, they're ranked ninth on the defensive side. And got to give credit over there. Credit's due. So I just really like the way the Rockets are playing right now. They just smacked up a few teams in a row, and I think they can make it another one here tonight, especially at the house. I don't see any reason unless Şengün doesn't play it out. Maybe give me a little bit of pause or hesitation, but I can only look towards the Rockets in this matchup, even as a favorite. It's hard for me to even think about that, but only the Rockets here. They're playing good basketball right now. Rockets are up and coming. So don't go run to the Pelicans just because the Rockets are a favorite. That's all I would say. Past years, never the Rockets as a favorite. Now they're making that adjustment. So lean Rockets here for me. First props, probably not going to play anything just because I haven't been too heavy on the props. I know Şengün has been our guy. Um, I'll leave it alone though. Let's see what you guys like here. Couple props from previous game, just catching up, marking over 3.5 three pointers made, and Boofer like in Minnesota second half. Spurs winning 7 ATS in the second half. Appreciate you guys sharing. And if also likes Collins points plus rebounds over 22. Daniel's liking the Pelicans in this game. Why do you like the Pelicans? I really would like to know. Um, let's see. Need Sengun in the lineup. I agree 100%. Bernone likes Rockets first half. They said the Rockets versus Lakers was a fluke. They played good, not even just a Lakers game. What up, JB Brown? He says, make sure you smash the like button. Much appreciated. If you guys can hit it for me, um, definitely appreciate that. EQ says it's more of a fade on the Pelicans than a ranking spot. I would agree, but I also think the Rockets are playing well too. But it's absolutely a fate of the Pelicans. I agree with that 100%. Timothy likes Houston first half. Brian says this will be the fifth straight home game with a win if they win. Interesting. Munaf liking Jabari over 7.5 rebounds. Says a bit of a free roll. Pelicans are allowing the most rebounds. Plus, if Sengun is out, Jabari has 9+ rebounds in 6 of 7 games without Sengun in the lineup. Good. That's like a good prop right there. Good call out there by Munaf. And we'll keep an eye on if Shingun plays or not. Obviously, if Shingun is out, that line probably increases. So he's getting in early, thinks he can hit it with or without. Much appreciated. Hoover says Ingram props are the only thing to ever look at in New Orleans. Maybe his assists. Are you thinking his points? I think he could be the guy who's getting a lot of people involved, but I won't be on it. He's got takes. Said, did you get there with the -3? I'm not. It's not in my pocket right now, but it could be by the end of the day. It's still hard for me to push confirm on Rockets as a favorite, but I'm saying it's the only way I look in this game. I absolutely will not think about the Pelicans, and I do think the Rockets can get it done. So, not mad at it, and you may see it on my card by the end of the day. What up, Star Child? He's also reminding everybody hit that like button. I appreciate you guys in the chat, man. I know y'all my people, and appreciate y'all looking out for me on that as well. Uh, let's see. JB Brown says a little late, but like in T-Wolf Sixers moneyline parlay. What up, S. Warrior? And Mark Hill asking a question here. Says, is there a trend where a team comes off a blowout game and lose possibly next game? I didn't look it up, but and nothing rings a bell right now. JB Brown leans Rockets and over, but a no play. So we'll keep going. And the next game, I do have a play on. I'll continue to think about the Rockets, but we'll go 5-17, 5-18. And this is the I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna say just the Clippers heading into Dallas to take on the Mavericks. This one open Mavs -2. There's a pick 'em at Caesars. A lot of places are -1 for the Mavs, but there's a pick 'em. Total open 232, and it continues to climb as high as 237.5. For the Clippers, Boston and Plumlee out. For the Mavericks, Lively game time decision. Um, and Maxi Kleber also game time decision, but unlikely to play. So for me, this was an easy call. First thing that popped in my mind, first bet I made, and this guy, my guy Kaysen, he knows. Let's put it up there. Luca game. If you've been around for a while, you know that's Luca Debo. That's what we call him over here, especially when we play those Clippers. This is where I can be a Luca fanboy because Luca hates the Clippers just as much as I do. He absolutely despises them. And it started a few years ago. I forgot what they were saying to him or something, but every time he sees those Clippers, he's bringing it to him. You could look at his last 14 games versus the Clippers. He averages a little bit over 37 points per game. And a lot of these, he's hitting 40. You know, says Luca 40 piece. I wouldn't be mad at laddering it up to 40. There's nobody that can guard him. They've tried PG, they've tried Kawhi. We know Russ and Harden can't guard him. He's going to go off. Don't be surprised to see Luca with 15 in the first quarter, and we're cruising. So I absolutely think it's a Luca game. I played his point prop over 29.5. I think you could ladder it up. I think he could have a 40 piece in this game. So that's the best bet for me here. As far as everything else is concerned, I thought about the over just because of I don't see, like I said, anybody being able to stop Luca or Kyrie, and I just think it's not a whole lot of defense going to be played for that side. You have a couple of the bigs banged up for this Dallas team, and nobody who can stop the guards for the Mavs. That kind of seems like an over game to me. Both teams top 10 shooting a three so far this season. Only way to play it is the over. I just prefer Lucas points over more than anything. That's just me. So that's how I decided to go for it. As far as the side is concerned, until the Clippers show me, I'm not gonna, believe in them, put my money on them. It's only the Mavericks, especially at the house. Clippers got to show me they can win. They got to show me they like playing together. Everything. Until they do, we fade them. Just like the Bucks have been fade material. Same, same, same. So either the Mavericks or the over, and we're absolutely on Luca over 29.5 points. Take a look at the comment section. What up, Chad? My boy JT. Appreciate you tuning in too. Daniel likes Clippers +1. Santiago, or I'm sorry, my bad. Santonio. I read that too fast. Clippers money line. That's what he likes. Let me slow down while I'm messing everybody's name up. Brian agrees. Luca props. JB Brown thinking about the playoff series from last year, slow pace. Teams are a little bit different now. Um, just a little bit, but they are different, and this is not the playoffs. That's just how I feel. Let's see. Dom says, reminds me of when the Heat made fun of Dirk in the finals and Dirk whipped their butt. Yep. You know how I feel. Clippers gonna clip. I say it all the time. That's who they are. That's who they're gonna be. Um, all of the time. Stuns fan 65 says, hit the like button, folks. As Skee is the director of NBA wagering. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you helping me trying to keep the show liked up. So yes, hit the like button. You guys are appreciating it. EQ says this is the game to watch. Kaysen likes Luca, 6 3-pointers made, plus 600 on FanDuel. I think if you ladder his points up to 40, you can get like plus 600 or plus 650 as well. So I like all of those kind of look for Luca today. I think he's going to be splashing all over the Clippers. Boofer likes the Clippers first half, Mavs full game prop, plus 625. So people trying to take some shots, trying to get paid here. Christopher says, every time I hit the like button on Skee's videos, I have a winning day. How's that for superstition? Hit the like button and let's try to make it another one. I know the best bets have been pretty good on the show. We try to keep it rolling. And NBA's been good. I don't think I recapped my record, but so far to start 37-19. So we'll try to keep that going, especially today. Timothy says Clippers can't score 100. Maybe versus Mavs defense they can, especially if they're missing some rim protection. But I agree, it's taking some time to get together. As far as on the offensive end, and Darren says the same thing. Clippers miss a lot of shots. Anthony's bringing the props at FanDuel. Says Luka 40 points plus 500. Atachi coming in. Here we go. Since 2010, home favorites facing non-division conference opponents with the line shorter than 2. Following a home loss as a favorite, 24-15 to the over, 61.5%. Interesting. You know, if asking what's my thoughts on the total, I like the over. I think the Clippers can score because I don't think the Mavs defense is good. I think the Mavs win just by outscoring people. What up, Akbar? Renoir says good to catch it live, but I can't stay. I will watch it again in a few hours. Thank you, Skee, for your hard work and helping us out. Absolutely, no problem, brother. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate all you guys. All of us versus the books. Y'all know that. Chad likes Westbrook points plus assists. Wesley, I don't feel strongly about this prop, but we talked about it in the last segment. Chad likes that, I think. And what up, Avery? All right, appreciate you stopping by. But the best way to get paid in this game, we talked about it. Luca over 29.5 points. Now we're going to move to another game that I like and have action on. That will be 519, 520. We are looking at the Oklahoma City Thunder heading into Sacramento. Game open, OKC minus 2.5. They're now 1.5 point favorite. Total open 225.5. Up as high as 231.5. Injury report. Kenrick Williams out for OKC. De'Aaron Fox and Trey Lyles out for Sacramento. Um, so let me switch over here. Bad on that. So for this game, I feel a couple different ways, but I got to start with I don't want. I really don't want any part of Sacramento until De'Aaron Fox is healthy. I just don't think they're good. And then on top of that, you're coming off an overtime game. I really try to find every single reason to fade teams off an overtime game as I can. And in this one, this is a matchup where the Kings have kind of owned OKC. I know they've beaten them like the last 5 times at least, and now they can catch OKC can catch Sacramento without their star player, and OKC has been playing well lately. We know OKC is the better offensive team. Nobody's going to stop SGA, and it's just going to be about their defense. So I think OKC is the right side. I have a couple trends that I'm gonna read off that back it. And first one will be we're looking at home dogs that are below 45% win percentage. That's what I'll say. Um, and that's how I feel. Like I'm thinking about it as non-competitive teams. And Sacramento without Fox is a non-competitive team. So that's my thought process. So home dogs with less than 45% off of a win in an overtime game. I have them as 30 and 89 straight up, 25.2%, 43, 75 and 1 against the spread, 36.4%. That says to fade the Sacramento Kings tonight. And when I look at the Thunder side, it says road favorites off, in a double revenge spot. It says they're 67.3% winners straight up, 58.1% winners against the spread. So that says to back the Thunder. And that just backs how I feel about both of these teams in general. So I'm on the Thunder on the money line. I think I got minus 118. And I feel that's the best way to play this game. I don't like playing overs without Fox in the lineup. I know OKC likes to play fast and their defense kind of struggles a little bit, but I just can't get to the window with an over um, until Sacramento gets their guy back in the lineup. That's just how I feel. So I'll stay away from the total. I'll back OKC on the money line, and that's just how it's gonna be. Let's take a look at the comment section. Next bet says late today, smash the like button. Let's stay hot. He likes the Celtics minus 10.5 and Thunder minus 2.5. Thunder will run them out the gym. And my first time fading his Nets all year. Appreciate you sharing, and I'm glad we on the same page with this Thunder look. You've been doing pretty well to start the season. Let's keep it rolling, brother. San Antonio likes OKC money line as well. Eric is rolling with our Luca prop and Luca over threes. JT, he likes the first. It's Mr. First Quarter right here. He likes first quarter over 58 and a half. Boofer says for all the COV lurkers watching this video 10 minutes before tip off looking for best bets, he needs over 500 likes. I haven't been close to 500, but one day we will get there. And I appreciate the shout out, Boofer. Um, Definitely appreciate it. And I appreciate all you guys hitting the like button for me. Darren Turner likes Shea over 5.5 assists. Don't have any reason to talk you off. Keith Green also liking OKC money line. Saturated likes home green points. I feel like Chet has been like a play that people have been riding. I haven't necessarily been paying attention to the number on the prop, but I feel like that's been one people have been riding. Saturated says Sabonis just hasn't stepped up. Brian says without Fox, line should be 4.5. It's an Oklahoma night. That's what he says. EQ liking the Thunder first half over, and this can't be correct. Either you like the first quarter over, or maybe that's the Thunder team total for the first half, over 59.5. Let us know, EQ. Probably the first half team total. But I will be on OKC as my bet. And I think that's the best way to make money here. So we'll keep it rolling. We have one more game that honestly shouldn't even talk about on the show. It should just be banned from even being mentioned. But we'll do it, man. 521, 522. And EQ says, yeah, that was the team total on the first half. 521, 522. The Lakers heading into Phoenix take on the Suns. Open minus 3.5. 53.5 for Phoenix. Total open 222.5. And I'm looking at 220. 25.5 as far as the highest number on the board right now. Injury report. Anthony Davis is game time decision. Jackson Hayes also game time decision. They'll continue to be without Vincent and Vanderbilt. For Phoenix, it looks like Bradley Beal is likely to play in this one. They'll be without Booker. They'll be without Damian Lee. So I don't want to expect Anthony Davis to be back in this lineup. That's how I feel first off. And, if he's out, which I would prefer him to be as far as betting purposes, I'll be looking towards the over. I mean, this goes back as far as he's been on the team. He makes up for everybody's defensive mistakes. He's defensive player of the year running. Yeah, I think the leader, or he was the leader before he got hurt. And when he's not out there, it's nobody getting stops, nobody grabbing rebounds, a lot of second chance points. It's just a lot of points to be had when Anthony Davis is off the floor. Um, and then you look on the Phoenix side, I it's a lot of people I don't trust to get stops over there as well. So, just my personal opinion, I think this is a game that will be played with a little bit more pace than the Lakers have been playing lately. I think Phoenix will be comfortable playing with that pace, and it's going to be if Anthony Davis is out, it's going to be no rim protection. So I'm liking the over here. I'm just going to wait to confirm that AD is out. As far as the spread is concerned, I don't want the Lakers, man. I just they're not playing inspired. If you're out there and you're not trying, I'm not putting my hard-earned money on you. So that's just how I feel. Until they show me that they turn it around, which last year they started off 2-13 and still made the Western Conference Final. They did turn it around at some point. But until they show me, I'm not going to expect it out on the court or with my money. So lean Phoenix, lean over. Just going to wait on Anthony Davis' status. I didn't look at the number, but probably would still look towards a little bit of LeBron rebounds plus assist prop. That would also be even better if Anthony Davis is not playing. And that's the only prop that really pops to mind. That's all I got for the Lakers. Don't even want to talk about this game. But it is what it is. That's my team. We'll see how they look tonight. San Antonio Springs says, and back to the last game really quick, Johnny likes Sabonis over 12 and a half rebounds. San Antonio says fade the Lakers. Darren says Suns first half, just like the last time they played. Chad says Suns first half, keep fading the Lakers in that spot. Lakers have been very slow starters. I'll give you that 100%. Um, Dwight says street closes game time decision again. Shocker, right? PJ says Lakers are ass. I agree. That's what they look like 100%. Can't deny it. Facts Mob likes John Collins over 13 and a half points. Saturated also liking the Suns. SK says Braun's been talking about how Lakers need to get their first road win. He likes his points at 25 and a half. He's also been talking about he should get some foul calls, but we'll see if it actually happens. Casey says he looked depressed talking about your Lakers. Says damn into the tough water. Hey, they're not giving me nothing to be happy about, nothing to be excited about. They're just giving me every time I watch just frustration and just got to drink. You know how we say, Casey. BJ says revenge spot. Not banking on it. Raven Ron likes over 22-25, and also like in Nurkic over his rebound prop, whatever it is. Says he's going to eat on the boards tonight. Boofer says he's been looking at the like stats. You're batting 500 with the like versus viewers, so we're battling 500 with the like versus viewers during the live, but by tip off, it dips to 166. I appreciate you, Boofer. Always with the reminder to hit the like button for me if you guys appreciate the show. In case he come in and drink, not water either. Yeah, that's how I'll be watching these Laker games. It's the only way for me to get through it. Fax Mob says Suns first quarter. My Lakers terrible early. Sharing with the Skee. Appreciate you. And that's the NBA card. So think we did a pretty thorough job. I've been on the screen for 45 minutes. Now it is about that time where we do the best bet segment. And I have 3 plays in my pocket. Doesn't mean I won't add more. Actually, there's a few more after talking that I'm interested in. I'm going to try to find more reasons to back. But as of right now, I'm going to try to give you something that you can get the same line as me. And we're going to go with my boy, man. Like I said, I can be a fanboy today because he hates the Clippers just as much as I do. I call him Luka Debo because he's a bully. He's gonna go out there and bully them boys the same way he always bullies them when he sees them on the court. Averages 37.2 points per game. Last 14 times he's seen these Clippers, he's gonna get over 29.5 points tonight. So best bet for the show, we're going Luka over 29.5 points. And if you want to be involved with all of my work, it's up and available at Wager Talk. You guys know where to find me, and you can get everything as soon as I place it. Bam with the last reminder, it says hit the like button, man. It costs nothing and the show is free. If you guys appreciate the show, hit the like button for me. It is much appreciated. And like I always say, man, I appreciate you guys in the chat. We have fun together, a lot of great information being shared, and hopefully we continue to make money as long as we can. So best of luck if you tell. Good luck on all of your action. I try to put out some kind of video over the weekend, whichever day has the strongest kind of system. Try to get back to System Saturday and System Sunday, and then we'll be right back here on Monday. So I'll catch you guys then. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.